So 138 is where we're at. More string methods. Let's do some string methods. Let's do capitalize and start working our way across chapter 5 some more. So I'm going to open up the Python shell. And yeah, let's have a little fun. So this is, again, we're in 138. Hello. I came here for an argument. And then s dot capitalize. So what it does is it capitalizes the H and everything else is lowercase. Yeah, interesting. All right, so s dot title. All right, it gives us, so s dot, well, without the argument, it's just going to tell us that there's a built-in method title of the string object at that this location, I believe. So title means we capitalize all these main words, even the prepositions, or the articles actually, even an article, which it's a little bit more aggressive as a title, because most actual titles you're not going to capitalize the articles, or the or some of the prepositions. So let's do s dot lower. Make sure, because it's a function, it's actually a method, that we have to have an argument. The method is a function that's passed on sort of an action or behavior that's passed, that is applied to a specific object, and so we have to pass from 0 or more arguments to that method. So that's why it's going to be 0 arguments. So hello, I came here for an argument. So it's all lowercase. That's what s dot lower means, or that's what the lower s is our object, s is our string. So let's there's a bunch here, huh? Let's just do a bunch of them. Let's just mess around. Oh, I had a little hiccup here. And I had a little hiccup here, so I wonder what happened there. All right, let's X out of it. Reopen it. Okay, so let's do s dot upper. Oh, well, we forgot to go back to defining it because that window closed. I came here for an argument. So let's do s dot upper. Yeah, the whole thing is uppercase. Right, the whole thing. So now let's replace it. S dot replace. I, comma, you. Hello, you came here for an argument. Okay, cool. So we can replace stuff. Let's do case fold. What is that? Well, the original is, so case fold means, I don't know what it means. It probably means that it like folds it into the same case. So maybe whatever the most common case is, whether upper or lower case, that's what it folds into. I don't know. That's my guess. If I was gonna make a guess, that's what I would guess. Okay, let's go to center. Oh, well, it takes so let's do maybe 10. Okay. I have no idea what it did, but it's all right. All right, so let's do S dot. Let's see what else. Let's do is alpha. So S dot is alpha. False. Because, I think I remember this, because that means every non-blank character, I believe, has to be in the alphabet. And because there's a period, so let's do T equals hello, I came here. Now let's do T is alpha. Oh, it's still false. So let's try it again. So let's go T equals hello, I came here. Okay. So T dot is alpha. Boom. Okay. So every single character has to be alphanumeric. No blank spaces. So anyways, that's what we learned there as well. So just, being curious and sort of poking around, is what I enjoy doing. Even as I don't know everything, as I'm learning it, like I don't always get it. Like when I'm trying to explain stuff, I'm sure not always getting it like right on, but I just have faith that I'm gonna improve. Just continue to improve and speak better and communicate better and be able to write code better and do better and algorithmic work before I sit down to write the code, etc., etc. And it's just a long marathon. It's just like anything in life. It's the 10,000 hour rule. And that's really what it's all about. Okay, so 50. So I guess it gives us 50. Oh, I see what that was. So that S dot center up here, the reason why I didn't go anywhere is because we already have at least 10 characters here. So it didn't go anywhere. So this is 50 characters from end to end. I bet you if we counted this, it would be 50. So it says give us 50 total characters from end to end and put it in the middle. Put all of this in the middle, as centered as you can make it. Okay, so let's do S dot count E. Oh, I like this one. So let's do, or it's going to be let's do E. There are 5 E's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 E's, because that is S right here, where we initially declared it and assigned that string phrase, that string to S. So now let's check out s.find. So yeah, let's do s.find and look for the comma. Actually, we have no comma now. So actually, we do have a comma. We have a comma. Let's find the period. Oh, wow. Let's see if it worked, though. I don't know. It seems a little much. 34? I bet you that's the ordinal number. I'm almost positive that there can't be 34 characters. Maybe 20, 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm wrong. I think it could be it. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. But it started at 0, so that's 34. Wow. That's interesting. So the find sort of turns that string into kind of a list. It's kind of indexed. It's kind of eerie. Like we can't, it's still, a string is still immutable, whereas a list is not. So like we can't just pull in one shot. We can't just pull a character out and replace it in one shot. I think we could do it. We have to like remove something and then put, remove the character and then put it in, and it would be multiple. But I think that's what the book was explaining. The big explanation about the mutability of a data type. So that was interesting. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so the comma on page 139, the s dot find, and then the comma as the argument was in in the fifth. The index was number 5. So, all right, so let's do this. Let's go to dot join number. One. And then the. And then larch. Check this out. Okay, so here's what we did. We joined all of these separate strings that were all part of a list. And we joined them with one space. Okay, now, the comma, because we're joining them and it's just a list, it's actually, we have to designate that extra space here. So that's why that space is there. But here, let's not put a space because I want to see what happens. Because remember, the comma normally in Python, the comma gives us a space. When we're doing like print statements, that comma automatically gives you one blank character. So let's check this out. The larch. Yes, okay. So the comma is just I think it's called a delimiter. It's just essentially when using the function or the method join on this, and this is our argument, I think we're actually performing the method of join on the blank space. So, but essentially we're joining the blank space. The blank space is going to go between each of these comma separated values. But I think the join method is performed on the blank space. And but I'm not sure because actually this is the argument, but then there's dot notation. I think I'm going to ask about that, like how to really explain what that means. I know what the ultimate result is. We can see that, but I just want to know exactly how to explain it. I'm sure this book does a great job, though. I should spend a little bit of time, but we can look at we can also look it up, obviously, right? So let's look it up. Let's go to join. I just want to take a look at exactly what the so it's the join method. Python. Google's pretty awesome. It'll figure it out. So join method Python. Hello. Python. All right, let's check out tutorials point. Yeah, I always try to keep learning, keep stuff going. I got Udemy class here and there, and I just, it's just fun. I love learning this stuff, even, whether it's a book or a video or, I really enjoy this. And hopefully you guys do too. Hopefully that's why you guys are here. Not necessarily about the money. It's just about the joy of building cool stuff, and solving problems and improving efficiency in people's lives and giving people solutions, to solve problems. That's what's so great about technology, right? Is you have to provide real solutions, and either to consumers or to family members or to neighbors or to, fill in the blank. So I like that. I like that a lot. So all right. So method join returns a string in which the string elements of sequence have been joined by str separator. Following is the syntax. Okay, so yeah, we know that. So it returns a string, which is string element of sequence, have been joined by str separator. Okay. So the method returns a string. There's concatenation of the strings in the sequence separator. Yeah, that's yep. S equals S, and then let's see Q, and then S dot join C. Yep. It didn't really explain exactly the wording, but it's all right. I mean, it's something that I do once in a while. Just like look stuff up and see if I can check that out. But anyways, now let's do the last piece of code there in the middle of 139, and that's going to be spam dot join parenthesis number 1. There's a comma in there. I think there is. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be there. So I'm looking down below and it looks right. Okay, there's a comma in there inside the quotes. Okay, so number 1, and then the, and then large. All right, here we go. So let's check this out. So it did what I'm pretty sure you guys thought it would do, which is to add the word spam right after each word, right? Each comma separated like phrase. So it would be number, spam, right? And then 1, and then the comma, and then spam right after, right? And then the, and then spam, and then large. Interesting. Spam didn't come after large. That's good to know. So what it does is it joins these with spam like interstitially being connected inside them. But spam isn't like appended at the end, the very end. It's joining them. It literally is joining them. So if it's like molecules, it's like the sticky, the sticky fibers, the sinewy fibers that are like, connecting one molecule to the other one. So that's good to know that join is it doesn't connect it to the very end. All right, so 5.6 lists have methods too. And let's punch in. Let's just punch in this. And this will be. So let's do this. So let's for x in range, colon 1 to 101, right? Which is going to be 1 to 100. So the actual values is going to go over. Squares dot append. This is x times x. All right, now I'm going to turn to page 140. Oh, and let's check it out. We didn't print them though. So let's just write squares. There it is. There we go. So it's going to be 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 2, 3 squared is 3, 4 squared is 4, etc. All the way up to 100 squared is 10,000. Very cool. So squares, since it's an empty list here, I think it's a list, which is also, I believe, an array. Let's look it up, because that's the other thing I want to find out. So list versus array in Python. Now it looks like an array. I mean, I've seen in other programs where like the brackets is an array, but I don't know. I gotta make sure. This stuff's gonna come up many times. Okay, so they don't exactly show the same purposes. They can use store any data type. It can be indexed and iterated through, but that's about it. There's a function that you can perform to them. You can divide an array by 3, and each number in the array will be divided by 3, and the result will be printed if requested. If you tried to divide a list by 3, a Python will tell you that it can't be done, and an error will be thrown. Okay. So you have to call it an array. So it's going to throw an error because it's just a list. That makes sense, right? I mean, it's just a list. That means it's just a list of characters. Lists are more often used between the two. I mean, you're normally not going to use that kind of math regardless. Is this an array? I mean, oh, but I see. It wasn't an array. This was blank. This was empty. So this is an empty list. And then now we're just appending these new values into this empty list. It's very different than having all these values and then multiplying them all by themselves or dividing them all by 3.0. So, interesting distinction. So the array, and again, I'm going to learn even more as I go along and as I go along this book and all that stuff. This is just like a cursory glance of what I'm going to learn, hopefully a little bit even better in detail and more thoroughly. But yeah, you have to declare it, you have to write the word array. So this is an array. So then you can, so that prints out this array 1, 2, 3, 4. If you divided this by 3, that's 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Look at this thing. All right. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful. When we come back, I will cover the code on 141. The numbers to text 2.py, the version of the decoder that uses the more efficient approach. And it's from encoding to encryption 5.7, or 5.6 is where we're at right now, rather, in the Zelle book. Thank you very much.